Oh yeah! Oh, hey guys, what's going on? It's that home theater dude. Got a brand new episode for today. Right here we have the AudioControl Savoy. This is a 7-channel amplifier. You can use this for home theater, you can use this for hi-fi, you can use it for whatever you want. We're gonna do a quick unboxing. We're gonna do it right after the intro. This is a USA made brand. They make these out in Washington. And the cool thing is I'm not sure if you guys are paying attention, but I've been trying to sell my Arkham P1000 for a really long time. Apparently someone just randomly bought it on eBay, so I sold that one. And now I don't have an amplifier for my heights. So since I run separates, I need an amplifier for every single channel that I have in the home theater. So I have a 9.1 or .2.6. So that means I have 6 overhead speakers, and it's hard to find an amplifier that is that many channels, right? So now this is double box, so I'm probably gonna have to do a shimmy to get this thing out of here. The weight on the specs on this thing says it's pretty heavy, so see what you get in the box. You get a power cord, and I think that's about it. So let me go ahead and do the awkward shimmy to get this thing out of there. Oh my Lord. Whew. All right, so this foam is definitely warranted for this particular scenario. Okay, so in the box, you get this big old box and nothing really else. So let's go ahead and get this thing out. Dang. Build quality on this is really nice, just first impressions. So let's go ahead and take this wrapper off. It's heavy too. So this is 7 channels, 230 watts each, Class H. Oh, I think it's gonna fit in perfectly for my heights down there. So, oh man, this thing is heavy. I thought Parasound was heavy. This thing is heavy. So even though this is 7 channels, which obviously means it's gonna have more components in there, different topology on the amplification. This is Class H, and I'm used to Class A, B, and also Class D. But this thing is a freaking monster. So, handmade in the US. So I'm not really seeing any rack ears in there, which would be nice to mount this thing. I know it's an option to go ahead and grab those. So highly recommend that you guys grab some rack ears to go ahead and put this thing in your stack. But, well, all right guys, I got this thing out of the box. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know what I think about it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna put some of the specs right up here on the screen, so you guys can pause the video right here if you want to go ahead and check these things out, read through them. I don't think it's really important for me to tell you guys exactly what the weight is, but you guys can read that for yourself. The construction of this thing looks really, really solid, and the weight on it is really heavy as well. So this is 7 channels, 230 watts by 7 channels at 8 ohms. If you want to do 4 ohms, then you're going to be looking at 300 watts, all channels driven for that type of configuration. So you can use this for home theater. You can use this as, you know, a stereo amplifier. You can use this in bridge mode if you want to go up to 600 watts. So this thing can pump up some power for sure. And you can even use this as a hi-fi amp if you want to do that as well, kind of use it as monoblocks. But you could definitely have a lot of horsepower behind this thing. Class H amplification, so along the lines of Outlaw as well as Emotiva, those are not Class D type of amplification, so they have like their own little quirks with them. So this is Class H, which means it's cool running. You still see some heat sinks in there, but you don't see crazy heat sinks like you do like on a big A/B type amplifier that we've seen in the past. So it's still really beefy and heavy. It's the 3RU type of construction, and then that's basically it. Looking at the build quality on this thing, these are handmade here in the USA. This is made in Washington, and it's a solid beefy unit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys the back real quick, and then I'm gonna take off this cover on the front to show you that. Check that thing out. So on the back here, very simple construction. Probably you've seen this before. You have independent level control, which is kind of cool because I haven't really seen that on any other amplifier out there. So this is going to be interesting to set the levels here. Probably more often than not, you're just going to want to leave this and then use your levels on your AVR to boost and cut, you know, the different speakers so that you know exactly that every single target is going to be at 75 dB or 80 dB or whatever you're targeting. But you have unbalanced connections here, balanced connections here. You can go stereo mono for channel 1, and then also at the same time you have the ability to connect these five-way binding posts, and these are really premium, to be honest. Like, they look good and they're really solid in their construction too. Like, they're not flimsy like I've seen other companies have back there. But besides that, it looks like you have a ground isolation type of switch over here. So if you guys have some hum, that'll help out with that. That's located right here. You have your fuse in the back, on-off switch, power cord, as well as your trigger ins and outs. Other than that, there's not really much else to tell you about this amplifier. I mean, it's pretty simple in its construction. I'm going to be using balanced connections. Obviously, that's going to give you the most clean signal path. But I mean, if you want to use unbalanced with RCAs, you're more than welcome to do that as well. And you can do a pass-through, so you can have one in, one out. And you know, if you want to do multiple amps that way, you can do it in that type of configuration. So let's go ahead and show you the front real quick. Man, this is a nice unit. All right, so check this thing out. This has light drive technology built into it, which is their proprietary anti-clipping type of feature. Oh man, this thing is nice looking. So it has this really premium brushed aluminum look, and you'll see this look more often than not on a lot of components, but it just looks really nice here because everything's all black, right? All black front, all black top, all black sides. It just looks really nice, and I think it's gonna belong really nice in a home theater environment. So whenever you light this thing, whenever you power it to power, this thing's gonna light up, right? So you will see that that is lit up, and it's supposed to be called like, I think it has something to do with like space. So I'll go ahead and double back on that. I'll leave it down in the comments. It's escaping me right now what this is called. But whenever the power's on, you will be able to see that cool little type of light in the front. And that's about it. So 7 channels, 230 watts, more than enough power. I'm using this as a Heights amplifier. Probably too much for a Heights amplifier. I'm using my Parasound for 180 watts times 5, and I was planning on getting another one of those to basically round out the entire stack. So I was going to use 5 of those channels and then 1 of my other channel for surrounds. So that would give me 180 watts, you know, for surrounds and Heights. But now, since I sold my Arkham, I need a solution to use for my 6 overhead speakers, or my 6 Atmos speakers. So this fits the bill perfectly. It may work well in my particular solution. I really think that it will. But I'm going to go ahead and do a full-on dedicated review of this unit after I get a little more times of hands-on this thing for you guys. But I think that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Well, all right, guys, that's going to conclude today's video. This was the quick unboxing of the AudioControl G4 amplifier, 7 channels by 230 watts, which is just crazy. That's a lot of juice for 7 channels. I used to have an Arkham P1000. Some rando just bought it, so I had to sell it on eBay. And now I don't have an amplifier for my Heights. This is going to fit perfectly in my stack. So I'm doing a concurrent video right now. I'm doing a wire management and you know, how to wire your rack type of video in the back room, but I don't have the amp to put in there. It makes sense to go ahead and plop it in there while I'm doing that. So you guys will probably see that video before you see this one, but trust that there's a plan involved in putting these videos out for you guys. But big shout out to Dream Media Home Theater. They actually sent this unit out for review. I honestly can't wait to go ahead and give you guys an accurate, honest testimonial about, you know, the performance of this thing, how it sounds. Is it right for you? Is it not right for you? Does it have any quirks? We're gonna find out. So really appreciate those guys. If you wanna go ahead and grab one of these, I'll leave their information down in the description so you guys can pick up the phone, shoot them an email, and they can definitely help you out with anything that you guys want home theater related. But that's all I got. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing into the rack, but that's all I have for today's video. Make sure you like, favorite, share, and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Well, I guess I'm not done yet. I just finished doing the unboxing of this video. I was doing the thumbnail as well, but you'll see that there's some little things that are really cool with this unit right here. You'll see that you get these accent lights on front whenever you plug it up. Let's go ahead and just show you that real quick. So you'll see that these are those blue lights that I was talking about from before. And then also on the back, you'll notice that it has these status indicator lights for your connections. It's just small things like that, I think, that really make all the difference. Devil's in the details, so I wanted to plop this into the video just to make sure that you guys can appreciate, you know, the little small things that are different from this unit that are on other units as well. But that's all I got. Catch you guys next time.